Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is MetroNews Hotline, presented by Salango Law. MetroNews Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for MetroNews Hotline, Dave Weekley.
10-point demerit, Mr. Murphy. I should have remembered. That's all right.
You know, there's just 6 minutes between Dave
I know.
Allen getting out of there and you getting into there, and that guy on the phone talked to me for like 3 of it, and I didn't have enough time.
And that's the way it goes sometimes.
The music started, and I didn't even know we were there yet. So
I know how it goes. That's all right, though. By the way, this is Metro News Hotline. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Dale Cooper, not Dave Weekley. However, in just 3 short days from now, will be Dave Weekley back from vacation.
Party on, Wayne!
Party on, Garth.
That's right. That's right. It should work out pretty well. Party on, man. So, but I've had a great week here. I hope that you have as well, listening to the program. We're going to wrap things up on a Friday show today, and it's basically the Friday show that you might imagine. We'll play Buy or Sell a little bit later on. We'll do hashtag Beer Friday. Brad Howe will be here in the 5 o'clock hour to talk a little WVU sports. Aristotle Jones has some music he's going to send us, and we'll do some Sounds Good West Virginia. It's all working out pretty well. We've heard from Matt Murphy behind the glass. Ryan Nicholson joins me as well today. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I can't complain too much. It's Friday. We made it through a week. We've done 12 hours of radio so far, So just 3 more hours to go, and we'll be in pretty good shape. And Fridays are always really fun because, for one thing, frankly, most of the show's already done when Friday rolls around because we have so many reoccurring segments there that you have to worry about the content on like buy, sell, or whatever. But I know that's going to be there, So I know Pat Strader is going to be there. Just have to confirm. I know that Brad Howe is going to be there. I just have to confirm he's going to be there, and everybody's in. So that makes things a lot easier, which is good because we had some network issues here in Charleston last night, local issues really on the server here in Charleston last night, and I got called in kind of early. So that's good.
While I was doing midday, I think did we switch to backup power?
I don't know.
Because I heard like a big click while I was in there, and I'm like, oh, guess we're on backup power.
Here we go again, talking about because there's been some tragic times that's happened here.
Is that why none of my passwords are showing up right now?
I don't know, man. Just don't talk to me about the passwords and the prove you're human things and get the link off your phone to get the pass key off of your laptop on your tablet. All these things I can't take it anymore.
I've had 3 more different web pages come up since when you and I were just talking about it 3 minutes ago.
I can't take it. It's the administrative burden to just log onto a website to do anything, to rent a movie or to check your balance or whatever it is. It's just too much, man. It's just too much.
You know what doesn't need a password?
What's that?
Weekly, going into a record shop.
That's right, man.
You just walk in, you browse, it's all analog.
And he wouldn't remember it anyway, so it works out perfectly for everyone.
Yep.
And he doesn't even remember if he had the album at home.
That's true.
I'm just kidding. It'll be good to hear from Dave when he comes back because I'm sure he has some adventures other than just the weather. I'm sure he had some adventures in like some vinyl shops. Maybe a Kroger opened up near him in Florida. That would be great days for him. He loves talking about Kroger.
Is he a foodie? Does he like to go around and check out different restaurants? I've never really heard him. I mean, he talks about like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He's definitely got the body shape of a foodie.
Well, now that's just rude, Ryan.
That's mean, man. I know that he has a couple places he likes.
Okay.
Because back in the early days of like some of the prep that we did on this program, I would really try to do some deep dives into some things to make him uncomfortable. So sometimes I would have to recruit his wife to answer a few questions.
Nice.
And so I know there's some restaurants and stuff down in Florida that he really gets into.
I've never been in that area where they stay. I mean, everybody I know that goes to Florida loves that area, but I've never been.
Yeah. I may have driven by at one point. I can't really remember, but the geography of Florida, because so often I've flown in, and then that's different from when you drive in, and it's such a long state that the time that it takes to get from places kind of messes me up sometimes. Because I know I flown into like Orlando, and I've gone to a lot of Central Florida from Orlando, and I've been to Miami driving from Northern Florida, which was a long drive. And also from Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is sort of near Pensacola. But anyway, it's pretty crazy. Appreciate you tuning in on the program today. Like we were talking about, we got sidetracked with Weekly being in Florida. But anyway, Dave will be back on Monday with all of the tales that he has, and we have a good show that's coming up for you today. One of the things that I wanted to get up and we could talk about here for a minute, I want to go ahead and get the question of the day out there, because this is one that I'm hoping to get some responses for. Question of the day today on a Friday, a new survey of 2,000 adults finds social media is reshaping how Americans cook. More than half say platforms have changed their cooking habits, and 1 in 5 say they'd trust a food influence advice over their own mothers. Nearly half turn to social media for recipe ideas, and 71% say cooking videos push them to try new foods. Today's Salango Law Question of the day is, what's the wildest online recipe you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? What's the wildest online recipe trend that you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? You can text 304-825-5304. That's 304-TALK-304. You know, some of these things are completely fine that you hear about. Like Chef Paul's come on here and talked about reverse searing before, but reverse searing, I think, is unusually popular online. You know, like people talk about it like maybe overly much, but there's even more stuff than that. Like, have you made the macaroni and cheese in like your toilet bowl or what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, there's people that do some of these really ridiculous things that I'm pretty sure that's just engagement bait. But there's also stuff out there that people have just tried, you know, that they've tried to put together. Now, I've had some tips that are non-cooking tips that have really paid off. One of the things that was amazing to me is I saw a guy pick up one of those sleeves of a 12-pack of sodas. it's just the long sleeve and the cardboard box, and it's like a big long rectangle, right? And I've never liked those things because they're just unwieldy. They're just too long,
sure.
to store anywhere. It doesn't really make any sense. And this guy just took it and hit it over his knee directly in the middle, and it broke in half perfectly in the middle, and either side was perfect little 6 delivery containers where you can just reach in and pick them up and pull them right out. It was beautiful. And I was like, does that really work? Because I was like, man, that doesn't really work, does it? It's beautiful. It's perfect. I use it every single time I get one of those things, and I have a place where I put them in at my home, break that thing over my knee, right down the middle, creates 2 little delivery mechanisms on either side, slide them in, and it's perfect. So that was an online thing. I got that before I quit most social media. I think I got that off of TikTok back in the day.
One of my favorites is when people take like a large pizza box, half the pizza's been eaten, and they will refold the box and build a smaller box. That's like half the size without, cutting or anything. It's just fold, boom, boom, and there it is. And I think that's kind of cool.
It's like one of those, it's like a transformer.
Yeah.
Like from one pizza box into another.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite cooking channels on YouTube is this old lady who lives with her adult son, and all of their pans are like completely rusted over. They look disgusting. And she's always like, today we're going to be making a Big Mac. We're going to make a McDonald's Big Mac. And then it comes out, it looks nothing like a Big Mac. It looks terrible. And it's like, that's how you make a Big Mac my way. And then she has her son try it, and he says, it's a bit crunchy. And you can tell he's not like it. And she just keeps making these videos, and I love it.
It's probably the rust flakes.
Yeah, whatever it is, a little iron in you, it's not going to hurt you too bad. There was another one that I tried that didn't work out very well. This was a food one that was it was a trick omelet. It was like a way that you put an omelet together. You like build it, you get it solid a little bit first, and you put your different ingredients in the side, and you fold it a certain way to create like a sandwich out of it. And you started it on bread, so you fold it over within the bread. And
I've seen that before.
By the time you're done, you get like this bread sandwich wrapped in egg. And and online it looked. I don't know if I'm an idiot or it just doesn't work out. But I could get it to sort of look right, but the moment I would bite into it, it just went everywhere and exploded. I couldn't get that to work. Like I wanted that to work because it looked really neat.
A week or so ago when Chef Paul was on talking about eggs and the 1 minute egg, or either the 1 minute egg or omelet, one or the other we were talking about there. You might have been on vacation. You have no idea what I'm talking about. But we were talking about 1 minute omelets. Yeah. And the thing for me with eggs, because I love eggs, but I have, no matter what I'm trying to do when it comes to flipping them, putting them in half to make any of that, I screw it up every time. Every single way that I do it, it turns into scrambled eggs, whether I want it to or not.
That could be frustrating.
A little, yeah.
Yeah, I actually have. This is. I may have shared this online one or two times, but over the course of the years, I don't know that everybody has heard this. I was struggling to make an omelet one time. Like I know I can make the American dinner omelet or whatever you call it relatively well, just where you put the ingredients in, you fold it over, you have basically a half moon, and that's your omelet, right? I mean, those are super easy, and I can make one of those. But I was trying to make a traditional, like a French style omelet, and this is when my wife and I were first married, and so it was something that she really wanted. So we were trying to have a good time in making it, and I was really frustrated. This was back in sort of the heyday of Twitter when, like, you never knew who would respond to you or whatever. Like people were on there and they were always on the lookout or whatever. And I had been looking at a video from a chef out in L.A., and he was on a TV show at the time. His name was Ludo Lefavre. And so he had an omelet video online, and I was trying to mimic that. I was like, man, I can't do that. And so I just tagged him randomly on Twitter and was like, man, I can't get this done. And the dude slid into my DMs like minutes later and was like, what are you having problems with? And I was like, look, and I like sent him a picture of like the egg I was trying and stuff like that. And he took his time. It was like a 40-minute thing of me sending him pictures and him giving me advice on how to make a French style omelet. And to this day, I can make a heck of a French style omelet because he basically taught me online how to do it. You can't get that off social media. I mean, I guess you can, but that's not from a food influencer. That's like a chef that just was bored one what was that, like a Saturday morning or whatever, I guess. Was just bored and decided, hey, I'm going to like respond to this cat. That was pretty cool.
I've had some interesting celebrity interactions thanks to social media and things like that, because it is kind of the great equalizer in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things about social media I do not like, but those sort of moments kind of almost make up for some of that.
Democratizing contact with your celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes is new. One of my favorite pictures that I have from social media is Cal McLaughlin, the actor that played Agent Dale Cooper, sending me a message on social media that says, "From one Dale Cooper to another, happy birthday."
Oh, that's so cool.
And that's one of my treasured possessions.
There is I don't even remember what platform it was. I'm not part of it anymore, but I used to be in a group of Matt Murphys because it's such a common name.
There's probably a lot of you out there.
Because Murphy is probably the most famous Irish last name,
Sure.
and then Matthew for several years was the most popular boy's name for newborns. So I mean, there are Matt Murphys everywhere, and yeah.
Is there something that you would see, like some of the social media influencers that do this stuff with food? They try all kinds of crazy stuff with like stuff that's not really weird, but like the durian fruit, that thing that smells really bad.
Yeah.
That I went to a store once that had one of those, and I wanted to buy one so bad, but I didn't want my house to smell like that because they really do smell terrible. Like when you opened up like the little canister it was like a little wooden barrel that it was in that they kept it in, and you opened it up, it was like, oh, and it didn't smell good. And that was like uncut. Well, as soon as you cut it, the thing smells terrible, but apparently tastes like heaven. I've always wanted to try
Isn't
it.
taste and smell supposed to be related, though?
That's supposed to be one of the weird like disconnects with it. Is that I don't know. I mean, I can't speak because I've never tried it, but I've wanted to try it before. If it was available on like just a platter and they would have been like, "Hey, you want to try a piece?" I would have tried it, but I would have had to buy the whole thing, and I didn't have anything to do with like it, the entire thing.
I used to feel that way for a long time about coffee. Coffee smells a lot more rich than what it actually tastes like. It tastes a lot more bitter than what it smells, I think. Now you probably don't even smell it anymore.
No,
it runs through your vein.
Here's the absolute worst fact that I know about coffee. Here's the absolute worst fact that I know about coffee. It has nothing to do with its health benefits or anything else, because those go depending on what study you read and what year you read it in. That you could believe anything from that. The one thing that I read on in a book one time that was about olfactory senses. So I read a book that was talking about smells, basically. It was really interesting, fascinating book. But there is a chemical compound in coffee that is exactly the same as the chemical compound in odor to fecal matter.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, right. I know that. Now you have to live with that as well, because I read that in the book. I was like, what? Come on, ma'am. Did you have to tell me that?
Some things are just better left unsaid, you know?
And it doesn't share any chemical properties. It's not a hygiene thing. It's just the molecule that creates the odor. There's some overlap there. And it overlaps with many other things as well. But one of those things is coffee and fecal matter.
Is it similar to the relationship that like Oreos have with cocaine? How they're both similarly addictive due to like some kind of chemicals?
I don't know, but I think you would appreciate this. My daughter loves Oreos, of course. We've been in an Oreo house for a long time, and frankly, I mean, Oreos are kind of expensive. I mean, just a normal like family size bag is getting up there close to $10 now. And I mean, I'm not made of money, So I was at the store the other day and I saw a brand that I personally like. That's a store brand, but I personally like it. I think it's okay. It's definitely not half as good as an Oreo, and it's half the price. I figure you're getting more than your money's worth there. Man, I got those. My daughter had been wanting Oreos for a couple of days. We hadn't had any for a while, and I got those and took them home and proudly gave her one last night after her dinner. And she ate so well and everything. Made her steak. She ate so well and everything. She would look at that thing and was like. She was just staring at it.
What is this? What is?
She was just staring at it. She takes a bite. She ends up eating it. And we've had this discussion before. She knew it wasn't an Oreo. Yeah. I thought it might be a problem, but it wasn't. It ended up working out okay.
She's beginning to understand what a premium brand is.
Yeah, unfortunately, right. Unfortunately, she can sing commercials too sometimes.
Lucky for your wallet.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just wait
Believe
until she's a teenager.
My wallet's been very happy the last. I'm very happy, but my wallet a little strained every once in a while.
Yeah, well,
Let's do this. Big night last night when. NFL preseason kicked off. The Steelers got a big win. Looked pretty good, really. Played some pretty tough defense and looked pretty good. We have some highlights of that coming up. A lot of NFL highlights, a lot of Major League Baseball highlights coming up. That's at the bottom of the hour. We still have a news update that we need to get to. Let's do this first. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by someone from the MetroNews newsroom. Might be Jeff. I'm not sure. And we'll get a news update. So we'll do that first, and we'll take a break right now. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Hotline on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart, only on Metro News Television.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering both styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorold.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
I think many people have a misconception that all that we do is infertility care, and that's not the case. Reproductive health matters whether or not you're trying to conceive. So we can be dealing with endometriosis, ovulation dysfunction, PCOS. You're getting linked up with all the specialties that you need to optimize your care. Being an advocate for your reproductive health is important. The most rewarding times that I have is when I'm empowering people to take control of their health.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
It is about 3:26. You're listening to Metro News Hotline. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday. Took a break a little bit early to get Jeff Jenkins down here from the Metro News newsroom to have a little bit of a news break before we get to, well, a news break at the bottom of the hour. But this was with Jeff here and live. And Jeff, I did it again. And Jeff, that time was my
Well,
own.
the big news scoop is the Greenbrier
Yeah,
Resort.
that just broke a little while ago, right?
Yeah, just broke. We've been talking about it for the last couple of days. Our Brad McElhaney's been reporting that this was happening, and the deal's closed. The deal is closed now, and the Greenbrier Resort now has a new controlling interest. And it's the Kennedy Lewis Investment Management Firm. They have loaned the justices the $500 million so the justices can pay off Omni, which held their note. And now, with this new agreement, Kennedy Lewis has 51% control of the Greenbrier Resort. The Justice family, 49%. It'll be operated by a 5-member board. The Justice family, we understand, has 1 member on that board, and Kennedy Lewis will basically be the controlling interest. And they have also named a chairman of the board, and he has extensive experience, big-time experience in running hotels and resorts and huge properties. So now he's going to be the chairman of the board. Lloyd Nathan is his name. And you can read more about him at wvmetronews.com. So significant. And a lot of people are looking at this and saying, good, here's the financial capital to make the improvements that the Greenbrier Resort makes. You put someone in charge who has pretty extensive experience. And so you can read more about that at the website. Governor Morrisey is out with a statement in the last couple of minutes saying he welcomes Kennedy Lewis to run the Greenbrier. And his last statement was, let's hope they can return it to its former glory. So a little dig at the justices there from Morrisey. Anyway, so that story at the website. Also, significant development in the flood zone today. The Lewis County Board of Education met an emergency session, and they decided to send their students from Robert L. Bland Middle School, that's in downtown Weston. It took on flood damage, particularly underneath the school from the West Fork River in the July 21st flood. They're going to send them to Jackson's Mill for school. So Jackson's Mill there, is in the Weston area, and it has facilities there, and that's where they'll have school in person. They opted for in person instead of virtual for the whole school year. So they're going to keep them together. The teachers will be with them. The teachers will transfer from building to building.
Wow.
And that's the way they're going to do it. So we've got that story also posted at the website.
An innovation of another kind, right?
I think you've just gone through the flooding. Keep them in person if you can. It sounds like a pretty good idea.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Congratulations to that idea. Yeah, that works out really well. Jeff, as always, man, there really is a lot on a Friday going on. WVMetroNews.com. Thanks a lot to Jeff Jenkins. He's going to get out of here and get back to the news. So we're going to take a break and be back with the sound of sports, NFL football, and Major League Baseball. Oh, what a time it is. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around, not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her Oh, yeah. I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
It is 27 minutes until the top of the hour. Thank you so much for tuning in to MetroNews Hotline. I'm Dale Cooper, and we are looking forward to bringing you the rest of this program today. We have the Sound of Sports coming up here in just a second. Let's relaunch our question of the day today. I want to get into some of our responses that are coming in for that. A new survey of 2,000 adults finds social media is reshaping how Americans cook. More than half say that platforms have changed their cooking habits, and 1 in 5 say they'd trust a food influencer's advice over their own mothers. Nearly half turn to social media for recipe ideas, and 71% say cooking videos push them to try new foods. The Salango Law Question of the day: what's the wildest online recipe you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? What's the wildest online viral recipe you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? 304-825-5304 is our text line number, 304-TALK-304. Looking forward to hearing some of your responses on these, because I feel like that we have the types of folks that that like food, number one, and that might be a little bit experimental. We have a couple of responses that are coming in. First and foremost, from the 304-437, our good friend Bill in Nitro, who I think might be a member of the hashtag 180 Club. I'm pretty sure Bill might be.
He might be, yeah.
I use YouTube to find various recipes. I was never big into sea scallops until I found a spicy baked version in the oven. Absolutely love it. I still make it occasionally, and also a deviled egg recipe from YouTube. I hear you, Bill, and I was thinking during the break as well, because I was like, man, there has to be other things that we've tried, because my wife is actually really big into it. Now, when we say social media now, we tend to think about like YouTube or TikTok or something like that, but she used to get a bunch of stuff off of, I had the name of it just a second ago and I forgot. The one with just the pictures, not Instagram, but the, it's like, oh my gosh. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, she used to get a bunch of them off of there, and I was thinking the Mississippi roast. Pinterest, thank you.
There
yes,
we go.
Exactly. You're 100% right. She got the Pinterest off of the Mississippi roast, or the Mississippi roast off the Pinterest. That was a big trending thing that was on there years ago. Whether it was an established recipe before that, I don't know, but that's where we got it from, and that's a staple in our household. We have that thing a lot. It's just like 5 ingredients to throw it all in a crock pot, and it's done in like 6 hours. It's pretty amazing.
The amount of crock pot cooking that I should be doing, but don't. I mean, you can cook anything in those suckers.
Yeah. Between that and like Instant Pots, which is basically just a crock pot and a pressure cooker, you can make just about anything.
I don't know what came in earlier today on the midday show, but Dave and Amanda had a couple of guests on that came in with crock pots in hand.
Ooh.
I don't know what it was.
That's the right way to bring in
Nobody
food,
shared with me.
One time somebody, I got to get to the Sound of Sports, but no lie, one time somebody brought in country fried steak here in a crock pot. It's like, man, if you want to know the way to the heart of radio people, bring in something like country fried steak. It's not pizza. It's not donuts. We love those things.
Yes.
But, man, country fried steak? Mm-hmm. Man, sign me up. Let's do a little bit of the Sound of Sports. Let's start with Major League Baseball last night, and as a favor to my producer, Matt Murphy, looking out in L.A., where the Brewers, fresh off of being swept by the San Diego Padres.
Now.
Yeah, well, I had
it's
to set
always
the stage.
something out there.
I had to set the stage. Milwaukee stunned L.A. with a 3-run ninth off of Edwin Diaz, who was tagged for 4 hits and 3 runs while recording just 2 outs. Max Muncy had homered and 3 RBI to give the Dodgers a 4-2 lead. Trevor Megill got the save. Roy Sazinski went 6 for L.A. But here's the hit that put the Brewers ahead for the first time of the night.
And Bowers on the ground through base hit. Here comes Churio, and he will score.
and the Brewers take the lead in the ninth. Another two-strike hit. Jake Bauers puts the Brewers in front.
Kind of the Brewers doing Brewers things.
Yes.
Must feel good to get back in that W column, especially against the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, yes, especially the Dodgers.
Yeah. Let's see. The Pirates got back in the win column as well, beating the Marlins 13-1. Braxton Ashcraft threw a complete game, 1-run gem, 9 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts on just 85 pitches. I think they call that a Maddox. I think that's a Maddox, right? Rafael Flores Jr. hit 2 homers and drove in 6. Jared Trillo added a homer and 3 RBI. Pittsburgh hung 16 hits, including 5 in the ninth. Here is Flores' second home run.
Rafael Flores Jr. looking for a 2-homer game. He does. Career game for Rafael Flores Jr. 2 homers. And now 3 on the year, and the Pirates with a laugher. 13-0.
By the way, the Brewers in L.A. square off again tonight at 10:10. The Pirates host Boston tonight. That first pitch is at 6:40. That's going to be in Pittsburgh. Reds and White Sox, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. It was a wild one on the south side. Eugenio Suarez drove in 4 with a homer. Tyler Stevenson added 3 RBI. Sal Stewart homered and scored 4 runs. Chicago tried to rally with 3 in the final 2 innings, but fell short. Here is Sal Stewart's home run.
That is socked to left field. Crushed by Stewart for a home run. See you later. Team leading 26th, and the Reds have a 1-0 lead. Took that big swing at that first pitch fastball, and he just kind of ran out of bat. Well, he didn't run out of bat on that one. That was barreled and gone.
As we covered yesterday, tensions were high during Stewart's next at-bat. Sox pitcher David Martin threw at his head twice and hitting the second time. Once is a mistake. Twice, though, this is what Sal had to say.
Can't really tell you. Just kind of black out a little bit when they go up at the head, you know. It happens, you know, maybe. I'm not too sure. Can't really tell you, but I know he apologized after the first one, and, you know, things happen, you know, maybe it slipped. But then the very next pitch just came right back at my face. So more than anything, it was just kind of scary moment, and, yeah.
Reds manager Terry Francona minced his words a little less.
Earlier on in the game, Sal gets hit by a pitch. Have you, in your history, have you known that kind of wakes a team up a little bit?
I certainly hope so, because I thought that was extremely blatant, and you can't throw 2 balls like that head high. You kill somebody. I thought that was terrible.
Yeah, Tito wasn't really messing around there. I think looking at those pitches, man, I have some questions about that as well. Moving on to our Eastern Panhandle report, the Nationals got over on the Cubs big time yesterday. Cade Cavalli was overpowering, 8 shutout innings, 1 hit allowed, 10 strikeouts. Chicago managed a single hit all afternoon. Amby Ortiz homered again with 3 RBI. Dylan Cruz had 2 hits and an RBI. Kevin Gausman gave up 6 and 4 2/3. Ortiz has been hammering in his 11 games in the big lead.
Got Amby Ortiz up. Picked up the Nationals' first hit of the day. Came around to score in the 4th inning. And he hammers one. High fly ball out to right center. Amby Ortiz has done it again. He's played 11 big league games, and he's got 4 homers. And now 8 driven in.
And the Tigers got up on the Guardians' final 3-0. They shut them out. Montero was excellent. He went 6 1/3 shutout innings on 3 hits. Valencia homered, and Torkelson had 2 hits and an RBI. Cleveland managed just 4 hits and went 0 for 4 with runners in scoring positions. Detroit ends up taking the series, and here is one of Torkelson's RBI.
2-1 for Tork. Ground ball left side. That's a knock. McGonigal to third. He's around the bag. Throw from left field is offline. 3-0 Tigers. Some breathing room here in the 8th.
Moving over to the NFL preseason last night, the Steelers beat the Packers by a final of 28-9. Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh's debut against the team he coached for 13 seasons, and it was a rout. Drew Allar was the story, a rushing touchdown and 2 short touchdown passes as the Steelers pulled away with 14 in the 4th. Pittsburgh threw for 332 yards on 27 of 33 passing and sacked Green Bay 5 times. The Packers managed just 160 yards total offense and never found the end zone. One concerning note is Pittsburgh did have 11 penalties for 134 yards. Steelers host the Jets on Friday, August 21st. Here is one of Allar's touchdown passes.
Aller again rolling left. Finds it. And it's a touchdown for Region. Caden Region gets into the end zone.
And Coach McCarthy, after the game, talked about his young quarterbacks jockeying for position behind Aaron Rodgers.
There's specific moments that stuck out to you that showed you that they're taking things that you're teaching them and they're implementing them in their game.
Yeah, I think like anything, and and Will's a great example. When you have a chance to sit down and just talk football, football comes very easy to Will. I mean, he's very natural as far as the way he absorbs the information, so then the next step is, okay, can they apply it? So we train in the drills and then apply the fundamentals to those drills and then you see progress through that. But today's the real test. You really never know in this business till, you're able to call a play, look in the guy's eyes and handle it. And I thought Will and Drew handled it very well today.
The Bengals beat the Lions last night. Cincinnati led 16-6 before Detroit made it interesting late. Joe Flacco threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to Endries, and Evan McPherson was perfect on 3 field goals, including a 56-yarder. The Bengals defense picked off 2 passes, and Detroit rallied on a 24-yard touchdown late, but the 2-point try was short. Here is Bengals coach Zach Taylor after the game on his developing young players.
So some guys really rise and stand out in these preseason games. It'll be good to watch the tape. There's so much going on in the preseason games. Sometimes you don't have full grasp on who's making all the plays, but we'll get a chance to watch the tape tomorrow morning and see how guys stood out.
How have you seen Jack Endries grow over the past few months?
I think he's been really consistent. There's been, for a rookie, nothing alarming on his end. He's picked it up really fast. He's been physical. It's good to see him finish with the ball in his hands on the touchdown. I feel like he had another catch maybe somewhere too. So I think he's done a good job.
A couple plays early in the game from Swayze Bozeman. Has he turned some heads this camp?
I think he's had a good camp. Yeah, I think it's important for those depth linebackers to make plays on special teams and on defense.
Let me remind you before we go to break that West Virginians are known for stepping up when neighbors need help, and MetroNews Hotline is honoring that spirit with a special segment airing Thursday, August 20th. That's a week from yesterday, called Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank. Spots like Pastor Dan Vaughn of Hope Points Baptist Church in Weston, highlighting the church's flood relief and recovery work across the region, and how community can still pitch in. Catch Advocacy in Action from Huntington Bank Thursday on Hotline. We need to take a break. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News. The West Virginia Hills are home to people who step up to serve each other when there's a need. MetroNews Hotline will recognize these individuals, organizations, and programs in a special segment airing Thursday, August 20th. Tune in for Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank. Our August edition features Pastor Dan Vaughn of Hopes Point Baptist Church in Weston. Learn how Hopes Point has led flood relief and recovery efforts across the region and why your help is still needed. Join Hotline Thursday, August 20th for Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank.
MetroNews Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. Got away with
he should come out. He comes to the game.
No, you don't want him there
because not everyone's going to have cheese. I mean, there might be a couple.
What he's going to do? He's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts and saying, "This you are illegitimate. This is not accurate."
Midday on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
A lot of patients come here without much hope, and I think we can give them hope.
We offer a full spectrum of interventions suitable for every kind of person that walks through our door. We do absolutely everything we can to help you achieve your family building goals.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
Welcome back, MetroNews Ram Hotline. What? Man, that was
Whoa!
That was like a 10-year ago. Man, what is wrong with me? Where did that come from? Man, are you going to have to – where's Matt in Utah asking, inquiring after my mental acumen? Because that was – man, is that like a decade ago?
Yeah, pretty close.
Ram, you can make that check out and put it in the mail.
Wow.
Gosh, man, I don't know where that came from. Welcome back to Hotline from Salango Law, as a matter of fact. Wow, man, that was a real that's like I don't know where that mental
You want to talk
from.
about habits that just don't die easily. Wow.
That's wild. Seriously, I don't for those of you that maybe have no idea what I'm talking about, for a long time the show was sponsored in part by Ram Truck.
Yeah.
And they just moved on at one point in time. Nothing happened, but they were a partial sponsor of this program for its first several years on the radio. And it haven't been for many years. And I don't know where that, Ram Hotline thing came from, man. Certainly it's been not a sponsor for longer than it was.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have no idea, man.
That's so funny.
I really worry about my brain from time to time.
I'm starting to worry about it too here, Coop.
I think maybe it's just at the end of a long week. That's the excuse I'm going to go by anyway.
There we go.
One thing I wanted to bring Ryan Nicholson back for. He's back here. By the way, thanks for tuning in. And also, I want to get your question of the day responses in. Don't forget about that. I want to know what crazy thing that you've made, recipe that you've made from online. You can text those over to 304-825-5304. Tell me what you've tried or what you've made and how it turned out. I want to know your answer to those questions. I have some that I want to get to coming up here in just a minute. But Ryan is back over because it's not a Lego update, but it is the continuing saga of Roblox. And this is a legitimate news story because, again, Roblox was found to be an unsafe place for children, didn't put in proper safeguards. There's been some talk about legal action and things like that. They made a settlement with the state of West Virginia. Other states are looking to also sue them.
Yes, recently Ohio announced that they are suing Roblox. They're joining a almost ever-expanding list of states suing them. And now it's time, Coop, for the big one. The federal government's getting involved. Now, there's going to be a congressional investigation targeting Roblox. U.S. Senators Republican Josh Hawley from Missouri and Democrat Dick Durbin from Illinois, they announced an investigation into Roblox, and they released a joint statement, which I will read part of that now. Quote, You trumpet Roblox as a safe digital playground for children as young as 5, but the public record raises serious questions about this promise of safety. Over the past decade, police have arrested numerous individuals for committing serious acts of violence and harm against children they met via Roblox. It continues, Roblox appears to prioritize revenue and engagement metrics over the safety and well-being of our children, and the alleged criminal activity on Roblox warrants congressional scrutiny. Now that's a pretty hard stance.
That's pretty hardcore.
From Congress there. But as I was researching this topic, I found a troubling statistic in the article I was looking at. Roblox reported 65,381 instances of suspected child sexual exploitation to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 2025. This is more than double 2024 numbers. And this is just the ones that Roblox themselves reported on. That's nothing to say like ones that are disputed in court or stuff like that. So it's real bad.
One of the things I wanted to bring up, and one of the reasons I want to bring it back, number one, we have to pay off the story. I mean, we've been following it this whole time, so we have to pay this off every time there's an update. But also, it struck me the last time that we talked, and I didn't get a chance to bring it up, that even if Roblox is putting new safeguards of some kind that are trying to limit some of these things, and your child's on it, the problem is that starts now, or started when they started doing that. You have no idea what could have happened in all those years or months, however long your kid could have been on that platform up until that point in time. So don't trust the fact that, oh, hey, they've made changes now or whatever, and everything seems fine. There could have been a whole relationship. What I've seen in things like this, and it's amazing when you do the research online, like to share a phone number, they'll spell it out with building materials within the concept of the game if chat or whatever is blocked. I mean, they have ways to get around that.
At its core, it is a game about building. And even if you restrict something in the chat function, you can just build it. You can just build it out.
You can build things that are like body parts, like pornographic body parts and stuff like that. I mean, there's stuff like that has been discovered. So it's just important. I feel like this is something as a father of a relatively young child, this is one of those things that you can, I mean, it's easy to make the mistake. It's engaging, it seems sort of quasi-educational,
And it markets itself as safe.
Right.
That's the big thing. It is misleading potential customers. It's saying, yes, we are safe, when in reality, it's the furthest thing from it.
Yeah, man, that's a good thing to follow the story, Ron. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ron Nicholson with another video game report. We'll take a break, and we'll wrap up hour number 1 when we come back. This is Hotline on Metro News.
MetroNews Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season. The 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart. Only on Metro News Television.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in store at Daniel's.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
I think many people have a misconception that all that we do is infertility care, and that's not the case. Reproductive health matters whether or not you're trying to conceive. So we can be dealing with endometriosis, ovulation dysfunction, PCOS. You're getting linked up with all the specialties that you need to optimize your care. And being an advocate for your reproductive health is important. The most rewarding times that I have is when I'm empowering people to take control of their health.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Have you ever had a drinking receptacle that you drink water out of and suddenly you discover that the lid of it is covered in mold? No? I would highly disrecommend it as something that you discover as well. So, yeah. Anyway, coming up, we're going to have a little buy sell, and then it's going to be hashtag Beer Friday, the bomb the next hour. All of that's coming up. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News. Metro News is the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around, not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is MetroNews Hotline, presented by Salango Law. MetroNews Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no-politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Once again, filling in for Dave Weekly is Dale Cooper.
Hour number 2, how do you do? Thank you so much for tuning in on this Friday. I just have a couple of hours left. Man, do you remember Kevin Kinder's Hour 3?
I already forgot it.
Man, I wrote it down, and I just realized when I was doing my prep, I was doing some prep last night, and the page on my notebook that I wrote it down on, I deleted that page because it was Kevin Kinder's prep page, and I didn't need it anymore. I meant to pull it off there. I don't know if I can save it or not, if I can go back and find it. Hour 3, I don't know. Oh, man.
It was a good one, too.
It was perfect, man. Maybe Kevin's listening. He can call back and remind me of what it was. I don't know. Man, that is disappointing. Thanks for tuning in today. I am Dale Cooper. Matt Murphy is here. Ryan Nicholson is back in the studio. We're going to play a little buy, sell here in just a moment. Appreciate you tuning in to Metro News Hotline. Coming up a little bit later on in this half hour, we're going to have hashtag Beer Friday with Pat Strader with Digital Relativity. He'll join us at 4:33 like he does every Friday. And we'll do a little on this date before we get out of the 4 o'clock hour to get into our final hour of the week. In the 5 o'clock hour, Brad Howe and Aristotle Jones will join me, as well as we will play in or out. So it's a fun-filled next 120 minutes for you. I appreciate you tuning in on this Friday. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend like I am, because I certainly am ready to start my Friday at 5, which is 6 o'clock for us. But the spirit is still the same. Before we get to buy sell, I do want to reset today's question of the day and get a couple of our responses out there, because we're getting a couple of these now. Question of the day today, a new survey of 2,000 adults find social media is reshaping how Americans cook. More than half say platforms have changed their cooking habits, and 1 in 5 say they'll trust a food influencer's advice over their own mother's. Nearly half turn to social media for recipe ideas, and 71% say cooking videos push them to try new foods. The Salango Law question of the day is, what's the wildest online viral recipe you've tried or eaten, and how did it turn out? What is the wildest viral online recipe you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? Text 304-825-5304. Matt in Utah, my 13-year-old texted me this morning with a picture of what he made and said, I successfully made my own omelet because I watched somebody do it on YouTube. I've been trying to teach him to do it for a while, but was unsuccessful. Once again, YouTube to the rescue. That's how it goes.
For a 13-year-old to make an omelet, I could not make an omelet when I was 13. That's really impressive.
Yeah, I think the best I could do was, of course, the scrambled egg. Whatever you put in the pan, you just let it cook until it was done, and then you eat it. You cut it up and it was scrambled egg, right? I mean, that's what
I think I at least put it in a bowl and actually scrambled it when I was younger. But
yeah.
You know.
From the 681-900 for your question of the day, I've saved a lot of recipes off of TikTok and Facebook, but I've yet to ever use one. I have some of those too, where I have like bookmarks of just stuff that I've not gotten around to yet. Let's see. From the 304-336, tried the Dubai chocolate bar recipe with pistachio and kunafa at home. Took me 3 hours and it didn't set right. Tested incredible, looked like a science project.
Well, that's fair.
That happens. Yeah, I see that. And then one more from the 304-681. Made the baked feta pasta recipe everybody was obsessed with a couple years back. Genuinely still make it every month. It's not hype. It's really good. I don't know if that one, baked feta pasta. Might have to look that up because I love feta cheese, man. I love me some feta cheese. All right, let's get the Larry Moe and Curly Mose Allison. Let's get the Mose Allison ready to go. Play a little buy sell. This is a game we play every week where we find a topic and we give it to a panel of our closest friends and see if they will buy or sell the concept. It's going to be me today. Matt Guitar Murphy is here, as is Ryan Columbo Nicholson. I feel bad for not having a
nice. Like when I was first introduced on the station, you gave out my full government name. So
did I really?
You were like, "Hey, this is Ryan Nicholson," and then like, "Well, now I can't. Now no one's gonna give me a nickname."
Man, I don't know if you've ever held me to task for that before. I don't remember doing that. No. I apologize.
It just happens.
We could have pretended like that wasn't your real name. We could just talk about how that's your how that is your air name. Yeah. Ryan Nicholson's not your real name. It's your air name. Oh, I guess that's not going to work. Anyway, okay. Who wants to go first? Let's Ryan, you go ahead and go first.
All right. Let's talk about birds. Birds. They fly around. You've seen them, right?
Yeah. Do they exist? Wasn't that a big thing a couple years ago?
Yeah. This bird specifically, the ortolan, is a Eurasian bird in the bunting family. It's a songbird similar to a finch or a sparrow. Their conservation status is LC, which means least concern. It is the furthest away from going extinct that any species can be.
It's like a pigeon or something.
Yes.
Okay.
But however, in the 90s, their populations dropped a bit in Europe because of the French. Now, I have a quote here from a lifestyle magazine called The Wine Spectator.
Okay.
Quote, "For centuries, a rite of passage for French gourmets was the eating of the ortolan. These tiny birds, captured alive, force-fed, and then drowned in Armagnac, which is a type of brandy, were roasted whole and eaten that way, bones and all, while the diner draped his head with a linen napkin to preserve the precious aromas and, some believe, to hide from God."
Wow.
Now, hunting ortolans has been banned in France since 1999, but buy or sell, the French are the best at making cuisine that offends God.
How do you want to hide it from God anyway? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
To me.
It's French audacity to think that a napkin can hide.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. The truth, I know that French, like if you had Chef Paul over here, like French is the classic cuisine that you learn. It's the basics of all. It's the mother sauces. Like the whole thing goes over there. And I know that there's French-based things that I've had. The omelette. Yeah. There's things that are French-based that are very good and that I've had. But all of those like super savory, like bird-based dishes, whatever they are, the various bird-based dishes, I can't get into them. I don't know why. I just really can't get into them. So what's the proposition that the French are? Yeah, I'll buy that. Sure. Yeah, I'll buy that. I'm sorry to all my French friends. I don't know if not fries, my French friends. I don't think I have any.
I'm not saying their cuisine is bad. I'm just saying they're really good at making the worst things.
Yeah, it's offensive to God. Yeah. I get that. What do you think, Matt?
Are the French responsible for caviar?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, they didn't lay the eggs, but
no. But I mean, like,
I'm pretty sure they're responsible.
Eating it.
Yeah.
On that basis alone, I feel like that justifies buying this concept. And the thing is, there's a lot of delicious food in France.
Oh, yeah.
But there really is a lot of food that they make that is just like, why are we doing this? I buy it. I buy.
I don't know if it's regional or what it is, but it's strange when you go to a French restaurant. I mean, half the menu is like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat that. And the other half is like, man, I don't want that at all. It's really odd. Maybe I'm uncultured. I don't know.
It's the complete opposite of what I feel eating or dining in Italy. Where everything on the menu is like, no, I want all of this.
Right. Yeah. I hear where you're coming from there. Yeah, so good concept there. I like that one. Matt, you want to go ahead and go?
Sure. So I want to talk a little bit about baseball versus football, but specifically the period of time when you're out of your seat in line at the concession or going to the bathroom, whatever it may be. So if we think about both sports real quickly here, baseball is 9 innings. Essentially, the defense is out there, and they're out there for half an inning, and then they switch in the other defense, and you just do that 9 times. The new pitch rules have kind of upped the tempo of the game, and it's also increased the scores a bit. There's been more offense. Football, on the other hand, 4 quarters. It does have a halftime, so you do have some time off in the middle of the game. It switches every possession, 11 on, 11 off. Gameplay seems to be, in my opinion, a little bit more stop and go. I mean, some would maybe argue that baseball's kind of the same way, but I feel like football's kind of more stop and go. And there are timeouts that I feel like are a lot more consequential. So, when do you go get a hot dog? That's always the question when you're in the ballpark for one of these sports, because there's always something going on, so you have to try to time it just right. You're thinking, okay, there's a little bit of a lull here in the gameplay. Now's a great time to go to the bathroom. Now's a great time to go get that food. And then, inevitably, you miss a scored run. You miss a scoring play on the football field. So, buy or sell. Missing a scoring play in football is worse than missing a scoring run in baseball. If you got to miss one,
man, it's all subjective to the situation,
Oh well, okay.
But so generally speaking, like, was it a long touchdown pass as opposed to like a single that brought a guy in from third, or was it a goal line run as opposed to like a grand slam? There's a few things in there but I think that generally speaking, I agree with the concept. First of all, there's just I think that it's like 3 minutes and 20 seconds of actual gameplay in a football game or something like it's some ridiculous number. It's like of actual moving where players are actually engaged in a play. It's a very, very short amount of time. That might not be exactly the right number. I have to look it up, but it's a very, very short amount of time. In baseball, although you got the pitcher, between pitches and stuff like that, that's still it's a live ball as soon as the pitcher has it.
Sure.
So, that defense is being played. Guys are positioning themselves and different things like that. So baseball is a much slower paced game because of that.
Yeah.
I think you can also kind of choose your damage a little bit in baseball, because you can choose to go to get your hot dog while the opposing team's at the plate.
Oh, that's fair.
So you can go. Now you might miss them scoring, but and maybe losing the lead. But so what if you miss that? So for that, I think I'm going to have to buy your concept. Yeah.
If we take a look at the anatomy of the stadiums, a baseball stadium is much more conducive to getting your food. Because if we look at like Gomar Ballpark here in Charleston, the concession stands there are within full view of the field.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't say the same for football stadiums. They have a near unobstructed view. Of course, there are crowds, but still, you can like go to a concession stand at a ballpark and still be within view of the field and get your food. And also, ballparks have the added bonus of guys going up and down the stands going, hit your hot dogs, yeah.
Everybody has that, but yeah, it's traditionally a baseball.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, it's not necessarily the law of the land. I mean, there are exceptions, but I hadn't thought about that. I mean, generally speaking, I feel like you have a much better chance of continuing to watch gameplay in a ballpark as opposed to
the concourses are open along the top a lot, and you can stand at the top and watch down there and see the game a lot easier. There is some truth to that. I mean, I haven't been in, especially a lot of the newer football stadiums. I've been in more baseball stadiums, but still, that's a good point. I can see where you're coming from. Good stuff. Okay, briefly, I'll get mine in here. This isn't new to the program. I mentioned this to Carl the other day, but I still think that it's pretty good. And it's not specifically this product I want to talk about, but I'll use that to talk about the concept in general. Apple and Major League Baseball will live stream baseball games on Vision Pro starting on August 28th. 4 live Friday night baseball games will be broadcast with commentary, and the games will be available in Apple's 180-degree 3D spatial immersive video format with multiple vantage points, replays, team lineups, and stat HUD overlays will be accessible during the game. Live stream games will be available to Vision Pro users with an Apple TV subscription in various regions, 3D audio also. So this is a situation where they have different points in the stadium. You have your these are virtual reality goggles that you put on, and then you have a full immersive 180-degree experience in the stadium, including 3D sound. So sound responds to how you move. So it's basically a virtual reality of sitting at a sporting event. So this is for Apple, but this technology, if it's going to, I mean, Vision Pro was announced almost a year ago, and this is one of the first times I've even seen it make the headlines since then. I mean, I don't know that there's a lot of material out there for it, but if you look at this and expand it to concerts and all kinds of other things where you could have something along these lines, is it a concept that you would buy or sell? I was talking about that Lego thing the other day that I went to, and although it wasn't like way over the top like I expected, one thing that I was a little bit impressed with is they had a virtual reality ride there that I did with my daughter, and it was an older generation. You could tell it wasn't the top quality. It was actually pretty effective. It was kind of fun. It was the first immersive rig I had ever been in, and it was actually pretty fun. So I'm wondering, concert, sporting event, whatever it be, 180-degree immersive experience where you can experience like you're there. Is that something you'd be interested in, buy or sell?
Here's the thing. If it's for a full baseball game, you're going to get a headache like an hour in.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know what it's like now, but yeah, you're right.
But also tying it back to Matt's topic, you'd have to bring your own hot dog. Assuming you're like sitting, you're like sitting in your living room while you're wearing these goggles, you're going to have to bring you can't go to like, you can't wave the hot dog guy down and say, hey, give me a hot dog. And it's like, sir, you're not even at the stadium.
There is something about that experience, and you're right. But there's also part of it is like, but you could also line up like 6 hot dogs right in front of you, and you're just sitting there, just eating one hot dog after another if you want. So.
But with the goggles on, you can't tell.
You can't see the hot dog.
You can't see the hot dog. So if like a big old fly lands on there, you're going to be none the wiser.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What do you think, Matt?
I was watching highlights of a Sunday Brewers game a week or so ago that I think Fox or one of the big networks covered, and they had this one camera angle that was at the very front of the batter's circle, all the way down on the ground in the dirt, and so you got this really cool angle of the catcher, the batter, and the umpire, and it's not an angle you're used to seeing. And I thought it was really cool. In fact, it popped up in the highlights twice in like the 10-minute YouTube video. And, just based on that, I kind of think I would be interested in something like this as well, especially if I can't be at the game. Give me some kind of immersive experience like that. Yeah, I'll buy it. Why not?
And what Ryan said a minute ago, I really take that to heart because I do get migraines, and putting something on my head for that amount of time might cause some of those problems. However, Matt was talking about highlights and stuff like that, so maybe not even a whole game, but watching a highlight package of the game.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
Maybe not a whole concert, but just the video or a video of a couple songs or something that you can use it for. Man, not everything with technology am I loving these days, but there's some things that I have to admit that I'm like, man, I kind of want to try that out.
Yeah,
I want to see what it's like. Got some real potential there. All right, so that's Buy or Sell. We do that every week. Thanks, guys, for playing along. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little TV. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to wvmetronews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. He got away with
he should come out. Make sure he comes to the game.
No, you don't want him there because...
No, because not everyone's going to have cheese. I mean, there might be a couple that
No,
do.
what he's going to do, he's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts and saying, you are illegitimate. This is not accurate.
Midday on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
A lot of patients come here without much hope, and I think we can give them hope.
We offer a full spectrum of interventions suitable for every kind of person that walks through our door. We do absolutely everything we can to help you achieve your family building goals.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown!
You know how hard it is for a man to date when they're broke? Every date I went on had to be cute. That's what men do when they're poor. They make it cute. Ladies, if you ever on a date with a guy and it's overly romantic and cute, he's poor. He can't just take you to a steakhouse, you know? You gotta find a carnival, a street fair to really impress you.
I have to admit, not always when I find these jokes of the day are they ones that get me, but this one had me rolling today. Because, man, we've all been there, right?
I feel seen.
I know, we've all been there. That is so true. Let's get an update from the entertainment industry from ABC News.
ABC Entertainment News.
American Horror Story is coming back to haunt our screens for a star-studded 13th season. FX released the first teaser, revealing that longtime AHS favorite Jessica Lange, Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Angela Bassett, and Kathy Bates will all be returning to the series alongside dozens of new and former cast members. The show premieres on FX and Hulu on September 24th. Disney is the parent company of FX, Hulu, and ABC News.
Well, how was I to know there was a
Whitney Levitt will be spending this holiday season on stage. Levitt will be joining just in time as Sandra Dee from December 1st to January 10th.
Ilya Rozanov?
Heated Rivalry has announced new cast members ahead of its hotly anticipated second season, including Schitt's Creek star Emily Hampshire and Canada's Drag Race winner Priyanka. And happy birthday to that wild and crazy guy, Steve Martin, who is 81 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Wanted to remind you that the new series Lanterns premieres on HBO Max this Sunday night. DC Studios' most ambitious project yet. Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights as veteran Green Lantern Hal Jordan, and Aaron Pierre from Rebel Ridge as the new recruit John Stewart. Those are the names from the Lanterns. Together they investigate a murder in America's heartland. This thing, the trailer for it looks pretty darn good, I have to admit. It is different from what I expected. Sort of a true detective-ish vibe with a little bit of Lovecraft Country or something there. Kind of an interesting looking show, so I'm looking forward to it. We're going to come back with Beer Friday after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. A $500 million deal done between U.S. Senator Jim Justice and family and the financial firm Kennedy Lewis. The deal creates a change at the Greenbrier. Kennedy Lewis now in charge, 51% control after loaning the Justices the money. Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney says that money pays off Omni Hotels and Resorts, which owned the loan, and more.
It pays down, I think.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around, not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. and they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh, yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, it's terrible. Read the guy's book.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
For football season to really get cranking, for us to start talking more about college and NFL football, Major League season starting to wind down a little bit, getting to the brass tacks times for the to make it to the playoffs, going for the pennant run. So it's going to be good times once Weekly's back in the driver's seat and getting into our fall sports. So looking forward to that. That's going to be on Monday. But thank you so much for tuning in this week. I've had a good time, and I hope you have too. We've done try to keep it between the lines just a little bit. Coming up here in just a second, it's going to be time for Pat Strader from Digital Relativity for a little Hashtag Beer Friday. I know you want it, and so do we. It's 5 o'clock everywhere when it comes to Hashtag Beer Friday. First of all, I want to tell you that West Virginians are known for stepping up when neighbors need help, and MetroNews Hotline is honoring that spirit with a special segment airing Thursday, August 20th. Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank, spotlights Pastor Dan Vaughn of Hope's Point Baptist Church in Weston, highlighting the church's flood relief and recovery work across the region and how the community can still pitch in. Catch Advocacy in Action from Huntington Bank Thursday at 3:45 on MetroNews Hotline. Looking forward to talking to those folks again. That's coming up on Thursday, a week from yesterday. Let's go ahead and we got to talk to Pat Strader about a little bit of brewskis. It's that time every week. Set your alarms. 4:33 on Fridays. Hashtag Beer Friday.
And though we ain't no PhDs, but there's one thing that's for sure. When the whistle blows, everybody knows it's beer o'clock.
Beer o'clock.
I just can't wait.
Beer o'clock.
I don't want to be late.
Beer o'clock.
You know I worked all day for
Beer o'clock.
You know, quitting time round here is beer o'clock.
I'm sorry, it's catchy. It's beer o'clock, and that means it's time for Pat Strader from Digital Relativity. Pat, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Coop. Happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us yet again for another edition of Beer Friday on MetroNews Hotline. I tell you what, with the humidity level out there right now from the various weather that's come through the area and the temperature, I could use something that's cold to take the humidity off a little bit, man. It is a little steamy out.
Yeah, it's a little damp for sure.
It's one of those things that honestly a nice IPA cuts through that a little bit. I know that you're an IPA fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a couple to talk about that I think would be great for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that we have to talk about with when it comes to beer in the state of West Virginia. It's just amazing. Pat and I occasionally talk about it, how far we've come in a relatively short amount of time when it comes to craft beers in the state of West Virginia. And so we got to start somewhere. And this week we can start with Weathered Ground, a big 9th anniversary beer that we need to remember.
Well, so a little mea culpa here, too. Last week, I missed this, and I hate it. Last weekend, Weathered Ground celebrated their 9th anniversary, and wow. You know, I absolutely love that brewery, the beers that they make, and I just wanted to make sure to congratulate them, share with everybody. You know, they've made it 9 years down there. Gosh, it doesn't even seem like it's been that long, but you know, we talk about our breweries and community. And Weathered Ground really exemplifies that, whether it be from, you know, community-based events that they have, various fundraisers. the fact that they partner with farms that are just down the road from them. So a huge congratulations to Sam and Aaron Fonda down there at Weathered Ground. 9 years is nothing to sneeze about, especially in the volatility that we see across the country, not necessarily here in West Virginia, but across the country with breweries. So congratulations to the entire Weathered Ground crew.
9 years must also mean that they had to be one of the first handful that really took advantage of the changing of the laws and the regulations and things like that really allowed the craft industry to boom here in West Virginia. They must have been one of the first ones to really go fully functional after that, because that wasn't, I don't know exactly when the date was, but it couldn't have been much more than 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, and and one of the things too that I'll say it again, that I really appreciate them is they're really intentional about the ingredients that they use, and they buy local every opportunity that they have. And 9 years, man, that's a huge accomplishment.
Like talking about it, so you can find them, as most of these places we talk about, if you just did a search on Facebook, frankly, you can pull up a lot of their information, obviously normal web pages and everything as well, but you can find a lot of information out there. And that includes, we need to talk about Free Folks, talk about them often as well. And their Blonde Ale Moondog is back. I like me a Blonde Ale. This sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Moondog. This is a very, very popular beer. It's been just a little bit, I think, since they brewed it. And they mentioned that it's back for a limited time. And this is really important, Coop. If you want to try this beer, it's in their tap room only. So this is a blonde ale. They describe this as soft, bready maltness with a light citrus hop finish. So perfect summer beer. And if you have not been to their new facility, it's right there at the intersection of Route 19 and Route 60. They've got fantastic food. They have done an amazing job building out that location. So be sure and stop in there. And I love this too. Moondog is named after the owner's late golden retriever. So always something cool happening up there at Free Folks. So stop in there and give Moondog a try.
Yeah, salute to that. What a neat memorandum for the dog. That's pretty
exactly.
Neat. We'll also have to talk. We are in beer festival season as well. So there's tons of these things that are going on. It seems like every week we talk about it. More this week as well, including Mountaineer Brew Fest.
Yeah, so last weekend was Rails and Ales. We've been talking about that a while. One of the other long-standing, successful, and very, very meticulously and well-run festivals is the Mountaineer Brew Fest. This is happening tomorrow. This is at Heritage Port in Wheeling. It's always the third Saturday in August. They've got lots of different breweries. I think that I saw that they've got like 100+ different beers that are going to be there. Don't hold me to that, but they have a lot of variety that's going to be there. Of course, music, food, all kinds of fantastic stuff. And this is not their first rodeo. They've been doing this for a long time up there in Wheeling. They know what they're doing. They put it together really well. And Coop, this is something that I really love, is that the festival proceeds and the tips generated, they go to help local charities. So, you can feel good about going up there and enjoying yourself and knowing the money is going to a good cause.
Now, that's always a good thing. And so many of these great events that are happening around the Mountain State, but that certainly gives it a little added incentive. We're going to look ahead a little bit, too, as we're talking about festivals and everything. One of the big ones that take place now, the Bourbon Barbecue and Brews Festival, that's about a month away. That is September 26th, the Bourbon Brews and Barbecue Festival. That's going to be on the state fairgrounds. This is a pretty cool thing.
Well, and this, man, Coop, if I could design a festival for myself, this is it, a little bit of beer, love me some bourbon, and, we're always talking about barbecue. And as you said, September 26th, it is at the state fairgrounds. Tickets are going to go quick, and they are available. So if you just go and you can just search Facebook for it. You can go to Greenbrier Valley Brewing's Facebook page. You'll find a link right there. But and we'll talk about this more leading up to the event. But again, lots of great barbecue, craft beer, hard ciders, local vendors, music. I mean, this sounds like just a fantastic event. So make plans. Go get your tickets now before they sell out.
I wonder how we could do a Beer Friday beer festival. That would be interesting to put together.
Well, I tell you what, Coop, I'll meet you September 26th.
Let's just take theirs, right? Yeah, we'll just call it Beer Friday. That works out. I like that. That works out. All right, Pat, that's great stuff as always. Did your dad have a good birthday? I hope everything went okay there.
Yes, yep, absolutely. He is moving today, so he's going to be ready for a beer this evening, I'm sure.
I know how that goes. Good stuff as always, Pat. Thanks so much for your time this week, as you do every week, and we'll talk to you next week on Beer Friday.
Thanks for having me, Coop, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. Pat Strader from Digital Relativity. Always have a good time talking to Pat Strader about all the goings-on for Beer Friday. Before we get out of here to get to the On This Date segment, let's reset the question today because I have a couple more responses that have come through on that. New survey of 2,000 adults finds that social media is reshaping how Americans cook. More than half say the platforms have changed their cooking habits, and 1 in 5 say that they'd trust a food influencer's advice over their own mother's. Nearly half turn to social media for recipe ideas, and 71% say cooking videos push them to try new foods. Salango Law Question of the day today is, what is the wildest online recipe trend that you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? What's an online recipe trend that you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? Text 304-825-5304. That's 304-TALK-304. And we do have some other responses that have come in on that. I know.
Pregnant pause.
It's just the dang, my eyesight, and it's just everything, man. It's seriously just everything. Let's see. From the 304-402, butter board bread. What is that? Half of my guests thought it was classy. The other half asked why I would serve them a stick of butter on a cutting board. Okay. I didn't see that trend. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but you had me at butter.
I know. I mean, I like butter. So is this just butter you keep on a board in the pantry? Like covered or whatever?
Hold on.
I mean, I'll admit I keep my butter out. I don't put it in the fridge. I cover it and keep it on. But I mean, I don't know what that means.
Oh, so okay, it's a concept where softened butter is smeared onto a serving board and decorated with savory or sweet toppings.
Oh, no, not that.
And then scooped up with fresh bread. Well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound terrible.
Huh.
I don't know. Okay, let's see. Where was the other one? Okay, the 304-625 cloud bread. Followed it at Zach. That came out looking like a pastel sponge and tasted slightly sweet. But my kids loved it. Cloud bread. Man, people were hearing some of these. I was looking forward to hearing about like the spaghetti made in the toilet, or the moonshine made in the back of the toilet, or that stuff that people are making like in their big farmer sinks and stuff like that. I know that stuff must be BS. Nobody actually does those, I don't think, right?
That's got to be clickbait. It has to be.
And the people that do it with their feet, that's got to be like a stealth way to get people like with foot fetishes.
Maybe that's got to be clickbait as well.
It's kind of what I've always thought with
all
that stuff.
clickbait.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm appreciating what you guys are telling me, and I'll be honest with you. A couple of these I'm a little bit interested in, so I might have to look them up. I missed them virally, I guess, because I'm not all that familiar with them. So thank you for responding. Appreciate that. So let me know what viral recipe trends that you've tried, and how did it turn out? 304-825-5304, 304-TALK-304. We'll take a break and come back with On This Date right after this.
Hi, my name is Daniel Callahan. I'm a project manager at Civil Environmental Consultants. At CEC, I have the opportunity to lead projects across West Virginia, blending my technical skills with a team of experts and making a real impact. From planning to construction, we deliver results that help communities recover and thrive. Being an employee-owned company means that we all care deeply about our work. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
The West Virginia Hills are home to people who step up to serve each other when there's a need. MetroNews Hotline will recognize these individuals, organizations, and programs in a special segment airing Thursday, August 20th. Tune in for Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank. Our August edition features Pastor Dan Vaughn of Hopes Point Baptist Church in Weston. Learn how Hopes Point has led flood relief and recovery efforts across the region and why your help is still needed. Join Hotline Thursday, August 20th for Advocacy in Action, presented by Huntington Bank.
MetroNews Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
For over 20 years, Dan Calva Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
I think many people have a misconception that all that we do is infertility care, and that's not the case. Reproductive health matters whether or not you're trying to conceive. So we can be dealing with endometriosis, ovulation dysfunction, PCOS. You're getting linked up with all the specialties that you need to optimize your care. And being an advocate for your reproductive health is important. The most rewarding times that I have is when I'm empowering people to take control of their health.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discovered tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Morning, TJ Meadows.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we? Any thoughts, Mr. Meadows?
Talk Line, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
It is 10 minutes to the top of the hour. It is almost 5 o'clock, man. I can't tell you how happy I am. Going to have a great 5 o'clock hour with Brad Howe and Aristotle Jones here. But for now, let's get out of this hour and do a little on this date. It is August 14th, and on this date in 1959, Irvin Magic Johnson was born. The American NBA basketball player was born in Lansing, Michigan, one of the places that I've lived before. Here's the famous baby hook in the final moments of Game 4 of the 1987 NBA Finals between Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics. The great Chick Hearn on the call.
Cooper takes the ball out of bounds, baseline. Kareem and Worthy to the left. Worthy comes to the right. To the left goes Magic. He's got it. He didn't shoot it. 5 seconds left. Magic down the middle. Just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good! 2 seconds left. The Lakers take the lead on Magic Johnson's running sky hook. Woo-wee! 2 seconds now. 107-106. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most exciting games we've ever had the privilege of broadcasting. We hope that we've done justice to it for you.
Never been necessarily a Lakers fan, but when I lived out west, I listened to Chick Hearn quite a bit. And, man, that guy was really good on TV and on radio when he was on there. In 1966, Halle Berry, American actress, X-Men, The Last Stand, and Monsters Ball, of course, was born in Cleveland, Ohio. She is 60 today. And here she has a new movie out. It's called Crime 101 with Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo.
Mike.
Sharon. So what are we driving?
If you can guess, I'll give you the keys to it.
Oh, Chevy Chevelle, racing green.
Right color.
That is a beautiful car. I need to be in your line of work. Okay. You look like a person who has secrets. You got the cars, the clothes, but you can't seem to look me in the eye.
That movie, I watched the trailer of that, and honestly, I thought it looked pretty decent. So we'll see if Halle Berry gets back into the win column on that one. On this date in 1941, David Crosby was born, from Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, of course. Died in Los Angeles January 18th of 2023. Here he is talking about his first good guitar.
And when I was in Chicago working Mother Blues or Old Town North, those places, I took the money I made and I found a D18 in a shop way out in the suburbs. I was thrilled with it. It was a really good 50s lightweight D18. And it's what became that 12-string over there. It's an amazing guitar. It's just 2 out of 12. It's really loud. They built these D18s back then lighter. This was before they decided they had to make all their guitars last 100 years.
On this day in 1995, the Battle of Britpop, rival bands Oasis with Roll With It and Blur with Country House released singles on the same day.
Watching afternoon repeats and the 38s in the country. He takes a manner of pills and piles up analyst spells in the country. Oh, it's like an animal farm, that's a rural charm in the country.
Love both of those CDs, quite frankly. Oasis is one of my favorite bands of all time, but I liked Blur too back in the day. On this day in 1945, Steve Martin, American comedian, musician, and author and actor, was born in Waco, Texas. He is 81. And anytime we talk about Steve Martin, we got to hear a little from King Tut.
Now, if I'd known they'd line up just to see him, I'd taken all my money and bought me a museum. Buried with a donkey. He's my favorite honky.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
The more you listen to your kids.
Football season begins right here on Metro News Television. Join us Thursday, August 27th for the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game. Presented by the Army National Guard. The Cameron Dragons battle the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Blacksville. Don't miss the first kickoff of the new season, the 2026 WVSSAC kickoff game, Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Powered by GoMart, only on Metro News Television.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
A lot of patients come here without much hope, and I think we can give them hope.
We offer a full spectrum of interventions suitable for every kind of person that walks through our door. We do absolutely everything we can to help you achieve your family building goals.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Wrapping up hour number 2. Coming up next hour, it's going to be Brad Howe and Aristotle Jones getting us to the weekend. So it's going to be a great 5 o'clock hour on MetroNews Hotline. Join us then, won't you? We'll take a break and be back after news at the top of the hour. I'm Dale Cooper, and you're listening to Hotline on MetroNews. MetroNews is the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is MetroNews Hotline, presented by Salango Law. MetroNews Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no-politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Once again, filling in for Dave Weekly is Dale Cooper.
It is 5 o'clock in the state of West Virginia. I hope that you get to drive home and start your weekend. Grab the loved one, grab the cold one, whatever you need, and get ready.
So local, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red. Somebody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday play.
Got to get Sam in there.
Always.
My goodness. That feels a lot better. Get started on a Friday after a little bit of the fanfare.
I felt so good.
It did, man. It did. I realized in spot checking the cameras in here for when we do the fanfare, it's just me like sort of sitting there going like this, like grooving to the fanfare, which is fine. I mean, that's just my authentic self,
Oh,
I'm
sure,
just
yeah.
feeling how I'm feeling. But it'd be nice if we had some colored lights or something in here where we could really put on like a show for the fanfare, like make it actual fanfare for the folks that are watching on TV.
If only you knew a DJ or something.
Oh yeah, you have something. You have some fog machine.
I have lights
and light. Yeah,
I
let's
have
do it.
lights.
We should try to do something like that. That would be kind of fun. I'm going to effort to get a. I have this idea to do a hotline concert coming up. Like take the entire 5 o'clock hour on a Friday and do 3 segments of live music.
Yeah.
I think I'm working on that. I'm going to try to get the right people in to do it. But I'm working on. But we might need some. We might need some lighting and stuff then for help on the camera. We'll see how that stuff works out.
We could maybe do something.
Yeah. So that's in the future, but that's something I'm working on. I think we might be able to work it out. That'll be good. But so it'd be nice anyway during that the fanfare to have something going on in here. I thought for a moment about richly sacrificing that fly. Just to give the folks some entertainment at home, because that thing is still, if you've watched this week, I think ever since at least Tuesday, I've had this fly flying around, and I don't see it until I start talking, and then it's always right around my face, and I just know I'm going to and just suck it in at some point.
They're just going to zoom the camera in on your microphone and your empty seat, and you're just going to like fly by in the background comedically.
Yeah, right. You know, the thing is, I've eaten much worse in my life. I should just like reach out and snatch it.
I'd rather you not. I'd really rather you not.
I've eaten worse, you know. It wouldn't kill me, I don't think. It's just a little gnat or whatever.
I'd rather you not.
I guess I probably won't. That's not a bad call. Let's roll out our question of the day real quick, and then we'll get to Brad Howe. We got a lot to talk about. I promise we're going to talk about football this week. We basically didn't get much football talking last week. Going to talk about football and basketball this week. So you want to stay tuned for Brad Howe. He's coming up here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and get our question of the day. Redeployed in a survey of 2,000 adults, it finds that social media is reshaping how Americans cook. More than half say the platform has changed their cooking habits, and 1 in 5 say they trust a food influencer device over their own moms. Nearly half turn to social media for recipe ideas, and 71% say cooking videos push them to try new foods. Salango Law Question of the day is, what is an online recipe, viral recipe that you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? What is an online recipe that you've eaten or made, and how did it turn out? You can text 304-825-5304. That's 304-TALK 304 to get your responses in on that, because I really want to know. We've had some pretty good ones in here so far. I've really been pretty surprised by the variety of things that we have, and I want to know more. So give us a call or give us a text, 304-825-5304. 304-TALK 304 is the easiest way to get through to us. And I know the camera can't pick it up, but that fly, I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Don't you do it.
Right in front of my mouth, and I was about ready to just eat the thing.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I won't. I don't want to traumatize anybody. But it's its own fault if it gets too close, is all that I'm saying. But send me over your responses to the question of the day. I want to know any online recipes that you've tried and how they turned out. 304-825-5304. Let's not wait any longer, and let's get to Brad Howe from the West Virginia University Sports Broadcast Team. And he's been a longtime contributor and guest and friend here on Hotline. I appreciate you coming in before the big show tonight on Sportsline. How you doing today, Brad?
Hello, Dale. Doing great. Yeah, that's a wild transition by you. You're talking about best internet recipes and then talking about eating a fly.
That's what made me think about eating it, to be honest with you. This thing has been, it is just circling my head right now. It is driving me absolutely nuts. I'll get into a moment of zen and see if I can ignore it like a professional. I appreciate you joining us, Brad. I know you've had a pretty busy couple of weeks, but I know it's also time to start it's time to really get on the study glasses, get the materials out. The scrimmage is right around the corner. It's time to start playing football.
Yeah, here we go, Coop. And it's been a fun couple of weeks here with camp open, and it's just a great time of year where you can now talk about things on the field. There's still legal things happening, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but we actually have some on-field stuff to talk about, and I think that's what makes tomorrow important, or at the end of this week, through 2 weeks now of camp, week and a half. Tomorrow's the first scrimmage. And that's not open, and you can't go see that, but we'll start to get some word back on how these guys actually look in more game-type simulations. And I think that's what the staff is anxious to see and look forward to here. And they've been going through drills, and they're starting to get a handle on what guys can do. But once you get full football, I think that starts to tell the story. Now, I think the one question remains, Rich wasn't really direct on whether the quarterbacks will actually be live. I can't imagine they will be, Coop. These are guys that have played before in Scotty Fox and Michael Hawkins primarily. Don't think you necessarily need to get them hit, but it's also a better look at their skill sets when they're live action. So that's really the first question, is how the quarterbacks will look. I am anxious to hear reports back on this offensive line. The talent is upgraded significantly. How does it look when you're trying to run tempo and you're going to go fast and the coaches aren't stopping and starting you, that you've got to just play a little bit of football? So not the final exam tomorrow, just the first scrimmage, first test of the year, but it's an exciting time here as we get ready to start classes on campus next week.
Listening to Rodriguez's media availabilities this week, and kind of the sort of the narrative that he's laying down for himself in this year two, the first thing, just as an impression that I get, is that whether he'll come straight out and say it or not, he's more comfortable with the group of players and how they're relating to coaches and things like that right now, which is to be expected. I mean, last year was a tough pill, regardless of how you cut it. But I can kind of, from what he's saying, and also just sort of the way that I'm interpreting what he's saying, I think that he feels like that these are the guys that are on this team are guys that he can get a handle on one way or the other.
Yeah, that's right, Coop. I agree with that. And we always have to remember this when there's coaching changes, because I think we forget it in the moment, but that is such a hard job to come in and reset your roster. Excuse me, Coop. And it's especially true when you were Rich last year and you were revamping the entire roster where you had 80 new guys. And so I think the ability to do that in just a few week period, I think we saw what the results were. You just didn't have the chance to evaluate like you wanted to. Now, fast forward a whole nother year, and that entire personnel staff, the entire coaching staff had been in place for an entire another year. So, of course, your evaluations were better. Of course, you knew who you were after when the portal opened and what your high school recruiting looked like. And I think that has what paid the dividend. So I think Rich is more comfortable with the roster, and that's partly because I think the talent is upgraded. And I don't mean that as a knock on last year's guys. I just think it's not debatable that the talent at every position group is better than where they were a year before. Now, you have 80 new guys again, so there's a lot of new players to this system, but there's a lot of guys that have played a number of snaps and a number of games in college football. So how quickly those folks can get up to speed and play really well in this new system, that's going to determine where this season goes. And I've said this a bunch, Coop. I think the first 5 weeks of this season, there are some wins out there to go get. And again, you hope this team gels quickly. You hope the quarterback steps forward and can do what he needs to do. But there's some wins out there in the first 5 weeks, and I think that's going to start to tell the story of this season.
The final football question, then we'll move over to basketball for just a minute because some big news broke there this week as well. The one thing that Rodriguez was talking about during his press conference is talking about sort of having a pro perspective or a pro mindset when it comes to these players. And I'm wondering when it comes to, I think that there's no question that Rodriguez in this tour with West Virginia, it's not something that is going to be a pivot point. Whatever he's doing here, he's trying to establish a routine and to get into a method to create success here. And in this modern era of college football, you have to assume some attrition. Nobody is going to keep all their players, but with such a great recruiting class out of high school that this staff had and that Rodriguez had, there has to be some strategy in place where if I can keep a certain core of guys that it's going to come back and is going to play for me, we can fill around those edges.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that's the strategy, and they feel really good about their high school recruiting class. And I think you also feel really good as you start to do that. In football, that I do think that's a little bit easier because the numbers are just so great that your retention, you do have a chance to keep some of those guys. Basketball, the prices on some of the retention pieces can get away from you pretty quickly. But football, I still think there's a chance. Here's the other important part of the high school recruiting. There's been really three true freshmen that have been talked about more than the others, and that's Kevin Brown, offensive lineman, Matt Sig, a safety, and Amari Latimer, a running back. So those are your three biggest gets as a true freshman, which I think we don't have to go very far to figure out. Those are probably the three true freshmen. You're paying the most as well. I think if you're going to have success moving forward, those type of guys you have to hit upon. And you're not going to hit them all, but you've got to hit upon the majority of those. If you're paying them the good money, if you're trying to get guys into a couple-year contracts, you've got to have a hit. And I think the good news for this class, yes, it should add some depth in future years, but I think those top three guys that you thought were superstars and could play right away, it sounds like they've all hit. Now, what's that mean? How many yards does Latimer have? How good is Kevin Brown? We'll see all of that. The degrees to which they're successful will start to determine themselves, but I think there's no doubt you've hit upon the superstars of that freshman class. Now you're just looking for numbers to back that up, but there's no doubt that's the plan. Retain for next year way more than you had to these first couple years where it was a complete roster rebuild, and then you're off and running with some stability.
Starting to get excited, man, getting pumped up hearing about this. Before we get out of here to take a break to get back for In or Out, let's talk a little bit about basketball for just a minute. The big news, the legal ruling that benefited Brennan Laurent, and then he announced that he's going to be coming back to West Virginia. I mean, I'm not sure if we knew exactly how this was going to break, but this is certainly a good piece of good news for West Virginia's basketball team.
Just massive, Coop. Massive. I've told you before on here, I think this fans should be really excited about the talent that Ross Hodge has amassed here in the offseason. Talk about a complete roster rebuild. And there are some dudes. I mean, they've got some talent that can play, and now you're adding back in, again, assuming the Colorado decision is upheld, and or once Brennan's personal suit starts to go through that it's ruled in his favor. So I'm going to assume at least one of those things happen and he does become eligible. You're right. The massive news was that he's intending to return to West Virginia. That's a potential NBA type player. That's certainly an all-league type of player that now returns to your roster. This is a group you already thought had depth, and you're adding in not just one of your best players from last year. He and Honor Huff were the two best players on that team last year overall type of game. But you've got a guy that understands this Ross Hodge system. He'll be back in his third year with Coach Hodge and the defense. So we'll talk in later weeks specifically what this guy brings to the table, but you've got a guy that can shoot the three. He can distribute the ball from inside the lane. He can finish from the two-point lane. Uber athletic, can run the floor, and defensively was in the top 7% of all players last year in block shots. And Coop, he won't even be counted on to be your primary shot blocker. That's how great this addition is in terms of the defensive side. So plenty more airtime to talk about Brennan Laurent, but the headline there is it's just massive to get him back in this program and insert him back into this lineup.
Man, great news. Excited for the seasons. I mean, football and basketball at this point. Football, though, is right around the corner with the scrimmage coming up this weekend. Brad Howe with some great insights, as always, as you would expect, joining us here on Hotline. Going to hang out with In or Out with us, Brad?
Wouldn't miss it, Coop.
Appreciate it. All right. Thanks a bunch for that. That's Brad Howe. We'll go ahead and take a break and be back right after this.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discovered tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, The High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
I think many people have a misconception that all that we do is infertility care, and that's not the case. Reproductive health matters whether or not you're trying to conceive. So we can be dealing with endometriosis, ovulation dysfunction, PCOS. You're getting linked up with all the specialties that you need to optimize your care. And being an advocate for your reproductive health is important. The most rewarding times that I have is when I'm empowering people to take control of their health.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! For caring.
It is 24 minutes past 5 o'clock. That means it's 36 minutes until we get out of here. That's not a bad way to start your weekend. Looking forward to that, and I hope you are too, heading home for your weekend and going to have a good one. So let's go ahead and get things started right. We had Beer Friday last hour. It's time to play some In or Out now. It's our Friday lineup that we love so much. I am here. Matt Murphy joins me as producer behind the glass. Ryan Nicholson comes back in from local traffic to join me. And Brad Howe from Morgantown before Sportsline at the top of the hour is here for In or Out as well. We have food, we have gut reaction, we have this one's about a celebrity. Let's get started with food today. We're going to start with Slim Jim Cheese Mode. Slim Jim is jumping into the protein snack boom with a new product, Slim Jim Cheese Mode. It combines meat and cheese into one stick, packing 10 grams of protein into cheddar and cheddar jalapeno flavors. Matt, Slim Jim Cheese Mode, In or Out?
I won't say that I don't ever have a Slim Jim, but I don't often have a Slim Jim. I mean, this sounds okay. I don't think it'd be like my first choice, but I'd give it a shot one time, so I'll be slightly in.
The company says it's responding to rising consumer demand. Surveys show that 70% now want more protein in their diet. Ryan, what do you think about the Slim Jim Cheese Mode, In or Out?
When it comes to beef jerky, I think there are better options out there, both in quality and price. So I'm going to be out on Slim Jim.
Out for Ryan. Brad, what do you think about the Slim Jim Cheese Mode? Protein has become a top snack priority for younger generations.
So, Coop, Slim Jim's a favorite on our Three Guys Before the Game podcast. Our friends at Go Mart supply them all the time. Big. I love the cheese being mixed in there, jalapeno being mixed in there. And yeah, protein's having a moment. Got to have protein with everything. Way in on Slim Jim.
I am personally in on Slim Jim. I do like them. They're not my top choice for those. I will give you just a hint. If you need the protein, a can of tuna costs a little over $1, has 20 grams of protein in it and like 120 calories. It's one of the best things that you can get if you really need some more protein in your diet. Let's go with gut reaction now, and let's talk about the viral alkaline detox drink. That's that morning. It's been making its rounds online. We've been talking about viral trends recently. That morning alkaline detox drink that's lemon water and baking soda, and it claims to alkalize your body, melt fat, and flush toxins. Matt, the alkaline detox drink, In or Out?
Did you say that was lemon?
Yes, lemon water. In it.
I have a thing against an aversion to lemon. I don't know why.
Okay.
Give me something orange, lime, any other flavor. Lemon? I got to be out.
Okay,
I got to be out.
Okay. All right. Well, science says otherwise as far as the claims of this drink. Blood pH is tightly regulated between 7.35 and 7.45. No matter what you drink, studies show that alkalizing drinks barely budge blood pH at all. Ryan, the viral alkaline detox drink, In or Out?
Oh, yeah. Alkaline is great if you want all of your water to taste like metal.
Well.
So thank you. I'll be out.
Out on that. Okay, and as far as detoxing goes, your liver does handle your detoxing needs. But, Brad, what do you think about the viral alkaline detox drink?
You know, I'm all in on your viral recipes that you were talking about off social media.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I find myself watching those all the time. This viral health stuff that pop up like this, I don't know that I trust it. You just said there it barely moves it at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like it tastes all that great with that baking soda in there. So I'm following you, Coop. I'm trusting your research.
Okay.
I'm out.
Well, an added downside is that that amount of baking soda will pack nearly half of your daily recommended sodium. And here's the thing. I learned all of this from the Arnold Schwarzenegger newsletter, which is, my experience anyway, a surprisingly excellent health resource when it comes to fact-checking and health trends.
Yeah,
It breaks stuff down like this all the time.
Yeah, he was a bodybuilder
Yeah,
once.
yeah, and he works with a team of scientists and nutritionists, and they come out with stuff like this all the time. I find it really useful for things like this.
And he smokes his stogies.
I don't know if he does that anymore. Okay, let's go to this one's about a celebrity, Anne Hathaway. We may have had her on here not that long ago, but Anne Hathaway, who's in that new movie about dinos on West Street or End of My Street or whatever it is. I want to go see it. I just can't remember the name of it. She thinks any movie that kills a dog should automatically get an R rating, no matter what else is in it. Matt, Anne Hathaway, in or out?
She was on one of the best all-star casts of any movie ever, except for Russell Crowe, and it was Les Miserables.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Thought she did wonderful in that. She's a great actress, a little spicy, but I'm in on Anne, absolutely, yeah.
Ryan, Anne Hathaway is promoting her new film, The End of Oak Street. It was written right here, so I should have had it, which features a family dog named Starbuck, who's one of the heroes of the film.
She's part of that subset of celebrities who don't age.
True.
But, you know, she's right. It is criminal that Marley and Me was shown to children.
True.
And maybe that's informed by my own trauma. But I'm going to project, so I'll be in.
All right, in on that. Brad, Anne Hathaway, what do you think? In or out?
Ryan makes a great point. Dogs dying in movies is a tough look, man. So, yeah, no problem with Anne Hathaway at all. In.
Yeah, same here. I'm a big fan, and I don't disagree with her to some degree. So, yeah, I'll be in. Brad, thanks a lot for everything. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We have seen some impressive rainfall so far for this month. With our month-to-date average, we are over 3 inches above average as far as that rainfall concerns. And as a result, we've seen flooding concerns across the area. Now we'll continue to keep an eye on some of those flood concerns as we head into the weekend, as well as we are going to continue to watch for some rounds of showers, which will be heavy at times, and some thunderstorms. They'll be moving across the area. So stay safe out there. Always remember, as you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. So we are expecting to see unsettled conditions for this weekend across the state, and actually for many across the nation. As we take a look at your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home as we watch these unsettled conditions for Atlanta, Chicago, Tampa, as we head through the next 3 days. Now for your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, taking a look at temperatures and weather near you. We are going to be seeing those showers and storms overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Temperatures for the most part dropping down into the 60s. We will see some sunshine for areas Saturday. Wheeling expecting to see some sun with temperatures in the mid 80s. But for a majority, we're going to be watching for that isolated shower and thunderstorm activity as we head through the weekend, with temperatures in Petersburg heating up to 86 degrees on Saturday. We cool down Spencer, 69 degrees overnight tonight into Saturday morning, warming up in Spencer to 87 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. Hinton down to 69 degrees tonight, up to 86 degrees for our Saturday afternoon, as we watch for these unsettled conditions to stick around, not only for this weekend, but we will be watching for them into next week as well.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her Oh, yeah. I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you
is,
can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
You're listening to Metro News Hotline. It is 5:33, 27 minutes until the top of the hour, until 6 o'clock, when Matt Murphy and I are able to get out of here. So looking forward to that moment in time, but this particular moment in time at 5:33 on a Friday, do we have Aristotle ready to go?
We do.
That means it's time for a little Sounds Good, West Virginia. Get it ready.
Oh, those West Virginia.
Woo! Man, oh man, oh man. How you doing today, Aristotle? Thanks for joining us, as always.
Oh, man, that clears the sinuses right there, man. That opens up all the passageways.
The dogs all across West Virginia are howling.
Howling. Oh, that's all right, man.
Yeah,
they can hit the high
it.
notes, too. They can hit those high notes, too. There's no doubt about that. How you getting along, Aristotle? Everything going all right?
Yeah, man, things are going good. Let me tell you, this week was it's been a busy one. It's been a busy month, and I'm just excited about everything that's going on these days. So I just love any time I can check in with you guys on Hotline.
Yeah, man, everything is going well here. We always like talking about music and everything that's going on. And this week we have some big news from you. Tell me a little bit about what's happening with Aristotle Jones.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hyping up the homies here.
Oh yeah, got to.
So on Monday, I released a brand new single, Appalachian Soul. It kicks off the countdown for my new album that'll be coming out in September. Coop, let me tell you what, since July 4th, I have been working nonstop. I've had about 2 days off, either where I haven't been in the office or putting on a show or traveling around the state, and it's all going to be worth it when folks get to hear the sweet sounds of my new music. So I'm super pumped for folks to get on there. And let me tell you what, man, I hear you got a copy of it in your hand.
I have a hot off the press copy of this guy, and I think we're just going to go ahead and spin this whole thing here. So we're going to do our music thing, and let's give it a sound. Go ahead and introduce it for us, Aristotle. What do we listen to?
Well, if you ever wonder what life was like when a country boy like me comes off the mountain just to see what he can see, I tell you what, you got to get full of that Appalachian soul. It's all about that juke joint energy, some romping, stomping, good music that takes you back to the hollers in the spirit of Johnny Johnson, the early rock and roll sound, and blend it with a little bit of country and doo-wop, and just trying to make a song that folks can groove out to and be proud of West Virginia and proud of where they're from. So if you like what I'm selling, but you're still not sold, I can throw a little bit of country living and a lot of Appalachian soul.
Let's hear it.
Well, I came down from the mountain just to see what I can see. And what was waiting for me was a sight of pure beauty. I used as my preamble, are you here for goodness sake? Or are you looking for a new heart to break? Well, maybe I can buy you dinner and we can take a little stroll. Get chilly, I can warm you up with my black gold. And if you like what I'm selling, but you still ain't sold, I can throw in if you ain't fond of reading, I can sing it to you like Nat King Cole. And if you like what I'm selling, but you still ain't sold, I can throw in a little bit of country living and a lot of Appalachian soul. Whoa. Now I see what's going on here. You done let somebody who didn't know tell you there's nothing to do up in these hills. But I guarantee you, when you see the view from the mountaintop, you're gonna be moved. To the left, to the left. Oh, watch me shake it now. To the right. Oh, watch me break it down. To the left. Oh, watch me shake it now. To the right. Oh, watch me break it down. And roll a little bit, and roll a little bit, and roll a little bit. Well, let's roll. I see what you're saying. You just didn't know how much fun you'd have cutting a rug out on that juke joint floor. If you like what I'm selling, but you still ain't sold, I can throw in a little bit of country living and a lot of Appalachian soul. Now if you like what I'm selling, but you still ain't sold, I can throw in a little bit of country living and a lot of Appalachian soul. I can throw in a little bit of country living and a lot of Appalachian soul.
All right. Aristotle Jones with Appalachian Soul. Man, that sounds fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man. We recorded it in Morgantown at Blues Alley Studio. CJ Wren is the producer. He's got a great production company called Rowdy Ridge, and we worked really hard. We've been in the studio for about 2 years working on this album. Well, 3. We started back in 2023, and you know, it's got a lot going on with it. And I have an announcement to make. I'm actually taking another step forward.
Ooh.
And the album is called Appalachian Soul Power. It's going to be out on September 22nd, but it also has a companion book. So I'm officially an author.
What? What's your book about?
It's just a nice little Appalachian soul tale, you know, about life on a farm and the crazy things that can happen along the way. It's a work of fiction.
It's a fiction book. What?
Yeah. I'm putting some new ideas in the world. Earlier this year, I was recognized with a national award for the United States Artist as a storyteller.
Right.
So I took that a step forward and decided I would put some pen to paper and craft a book. So you get an album, you get a book, and get my new singles for everybody to check out if you go to AristotleJones.com.
Man, that is outstanding. I used to own a few bookstores. I'm a huge into the book thing. I love the fact that you've created a fiction book as an accompaniment to your album. I think that's fantastic, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of like writing a soundtrack to a movie, you know, the whole idea of kind of creating the visuals. In this album, Appalachian Soul Power, is really about, you know, Lionel Richie said it best. What happens when you have a little bit of success and you're at the top of the mountain? What do you do next? And you have to go back down the mountain to kind of climb up the next one. And so I wrote this album while we were touring around the state and around the region, looking at all these beautiful sites that I'd never really had a chance to be part of. And then all of a sudden I was so inspired by the natural beauty, the people I met, and their love and affection for our region, that I wanted to show those different perspectives. And it took a little bit more than the music. You know, there's a whole concept of the way that you can just spend time and on your porch just picking and seeing who stops by. And that's really where the album and the book kind of collide. And there's a wonderful song, Ain't No Day Worth Crying, which is a song that will be featured on the album too, that is part of the book too. So you'll get a full interactive experience, when everything comes out in September.
I mean, that's a really cool crossover and a really neat idea. Did you have so many ideas from songwriting that you felt like you had a narrative of a fiction story to tell, or was it an idea that came later on? How did that kind of come about?
Well, you can ask Matt Murphy. When you come out to my shows, I do quite a bit of storytelling, and I try to set the scene.
Right.
And I really try to pay tribute to a lot of the coal camps and the life and the legacy of the miners and the farmers that were working in our communities. The way I figure we can apply some of those analog solutions from their era to the digital problems that we have today. And so a lot of that imagery kind of popped up in my mind as I was going along, but really it was kind of, I had the book a little bit first, and then the music came second for this. And it all just came out at the same time. And so when it came time to release it, it was just, hey, got to release it all together.
That is super cool. Talking to Aristotle Jones, been talking about his new song that we just debuted a few minutes ago. You can go to aristotlejones.com and find out more information about the new album that's coming out in September and the book that's going to accompany it. Just great information we're getting today from Aristotle. A couple more minutes with him, interviewing him as the artist today. And I have to ask you, I may have asked you this before when we've had you on, but I'm curious, especially since you've written a book now to go along with the music that you've written. First of all, do you have co-writers that you write with, or do you write everything on your own?
I typically do my songwriting individually. However, it's always a collaboration when you go into the studio.
Right.
Working with the producers and the musicians, and I have a big 8-piece band, so of course a lot of the rough edges get smoothed when we get together in the studio. But usually, I like to write the lyrics by myself, and the music kind of is a little bit more collaborative. And I tell you what, man, just some more good news that's going on about the book. I'm in the running to present this at South by Southwest.
Whoa, cool, dude!
Awesome. Texas next year, and but it's a program called Pick Your Panel. So I may be able to do a book reading and present my music. I just want to invite everybody, when you go to aristotlejones.com, click on the panel picker link, because you can vote for me to represent West Virginia and tell our Appalachian communities at South by Southwest in Texas next year. Also, we just won an opportunity for the affiliate challenge out of Huntington to represent West Virginia at the International Blues Competition in Memphis, Tennessee, next January. So it's really just, this is the beginning of a lot of great things for myself as being an ambassador for West Virginia music and the state. And it all kind of started here with you guys, with you and Dave on Hotline. How about that?
I appreciate that, but you were making music and doing things before we came along. We just you just gave us some help, and hopefully maybe it gets your name out there a little bit more. But you massively talented, and I'm just kind of in awe at the because I know what kind of schedule you work at your 9-to-5 job. So I'm just kind of in awe that you have time to do all of this, plus be a touring musician, and now have an album and a book coming out. That's exhausting me, man. That is mad respect, and I can't wait. That is really good stuff.
And I even have more news. On Monday, we're premiering a music video for Appalachian Soul. I want to see all of the wonderful sights and sounds. We went to the Eastern Panhandle. So we started off in Harper's Ferry, and we made our way up through the Romney area, just showcasing a lot of the great scenes and sights that I discovered. As I've been traveling around the state, I fell in love with the Shenandoah River and the Potomac River right there as they meet, and then I followed that all the way up to Romney, West Virginia, or Terrata, which is there's a great local distillery up there where they allowed us to shoot the video. It kind of turned into a barn party or a juke joint, got some dancers. There's going to be a line dance that I'll be teaching everybody. So this is a complete interactive experience. We want you to feel the mind, body, and, of course, the Appalachian soul.
Man, that is great stuff. Aristotle Jones with his new song, Appalachian Soul. You can find it on his website. It's aristotlejones.com. Vote for him to be at South by Southwest next year. Check out the video when it comes out on Monday. Man, you got so much stuff going on, I can't even keep up with it all.
Well, just thanks for letting me premiere it here on Hotline. You guys got the scoop this week. How about that?
World premiere.
West Virginia.
That's right. We like being world premieres for things, man. That is outstanding, Aristotle. Thank you so much yet again for all of your contributions where you're helping steer folks to other artists in the state of West Virginia. Then, of course, with your own career and this great launching point that you're going to have with your new album, new song, a new music video, and new book. Holy cow, man. It's just great stuff. I really appreciate your time as always, Aristotle. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, have a great rest of your show, Coop, and you've done a great job filling in for Dave. He's going to be like, he said what? I missed that?
Yeah, that's the way it always is.
Vacation, man.
All right, Aristotle, take care, man. We appreciate it. That's Aristotle Jones, the Appalachian Soul Man, with his new song, his new album, his new music video, his new South by Southwest panel. Man, Aristotle's got it going on. And I know you've seen him several times. I've seen him a few times as well. Aristotle puts on just a fantastic show. I mean, he is all energy. He's just all energy, just like way more energy than I have.
Well, and it gets people up and dancing. And you feel that Appalachian soul.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Thanks again to Aristotle. We're a little late for a break. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the show after this.
Hello, I'm Shane Fisher. I'm a senior project manager at Civil and Environmental Consultants, where I'm able to lead projects that change communities and work alongside top-notch professionals. We are employee-owned, so accountability and pride fuel the work that we do. Our motto, clients first, those aren't just words, it's a promise. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family-owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
The conversation starts long before the game.
You want a heavy swag purchase?
Well, one of my things, I love gear from events.
Okay.
I just love. That's a thing. I gotta go get gear.
Well, you're not alone because there's a lot of people.
A lot of people. When my daughter was little and participating in karate, I mean, we'd go up to Weir and be at an event. I'm like, right, I'm a T-shirt we got. Let's get a T-shirt for Let's get a T-shirt.
3 guys before the game. Available on Metro News Television.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
A lot of patients come here without much hope, and I think we can give them hope.
We offer a full spectrum of interventions suitable for every kind of person that walks through our door. We do absolutely everything we can to help you achieve your family building goals.
Okay, so
we're going to do public math. So he won 9 his second year at West Virginia, 5 his second year at Michigan, 8 his second year at Arizona, second year at Jack State, he won 9, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win or per season.
So there you go, Hunter. You can just forget about everything else and just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
And Pivotal Ventures.
Well, I guess we have about like a minute before the top or the time we have to get out of here. Right?
Whoops.
Yeah.
A lot of soul time there in that last break.
A lot of soul time. It's worth it. Very quick question of the day. Let me know what you've made offline as far as recipes go from the 304-680. Not sure where it came from. My daughter introduced mac, cheese, and corn to me a couple years ago. Simply delicious. Mac and cheese made with creamy cheese sauce and creamed corn mixed together and topped with a layer of cheese and baked. Okay, and from the 304-951, hey guys, I'm currently making Mediterranean potato salad. Saw the recipe on Facebook today. Have a ton of summer veggies to consume, and I'm super excited. That mac, cheese, and corn, I don't know, maybe?
No, I'm going for the latter. The mac, cheese, and corn sounds terrible.
No, okay.
But the Mediterranean...
Well, yeah, obviously that sounds good. Yeah, anything fresh veggies, I'm pretty much in
corn
for.
Is such an overpowering flavor.
So, honestly, especially cream corn. Like, I don't really love cream corn. I love corn, but I don't really love cream corn.
I'd try it once, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it. I mean, it has tons of cheese in it, so it can't be all bad, I don't guess. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. We need to take one more commercial break, and we'll come back to put a final nail in this week's show. So we'll take a break and be back right after this. You're listening to Hotline on Metro News. Metro News is the voice of West Virginia.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers, we need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community.
The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org.
A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ+ veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are protected at the end of your life. Include a copy of your discharge papers with your will. Apply for VA life insurance. Write your healthcare decisions in a living will. Review survivor's benefits. Explore VA burial options with a pre-need application. Don't wait. Visit va.gov/plan-ahead to learn more.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
That's going to do it for us. We're out. Have a great weekend, everyone. This is MetroNews Hotline.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.